Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Welcome to our webinar from another subject series webinars. And today we are going to talk about studying logistics in Germany. Very important topics, especially nowadays. Very interesting one. And I'm always thinking like I should have applied to this kind of programs back in the time, but now it's a bit too late for me. But anyways, thanks. My name is Georgi, and as always, I'm the one who will be behind the scenes mostly, and I will be the moderator of the webinar. A few technical details, dear attendees. For those who do not know, who are not familiar with the webinar setting of the Zoom, you can see the Q&A button in the bottom part of your Zoom interface. There you'll be able to send in your questions starting from now, actually, until the end of the webinar. Then we will monitor. I will be monitoring it, and towards the end of the webinar, I will ask our guests to answer them live. So stay tuned until the very end, and then you're guaranteed receive your answers to the questions. So as you can see, we have several guests for today, and I will now introduce them to you, and then make a short presentation from my side. So we have guests from 3 German universities. It's Hochschule BBW Hochschule, and we have Daniela Wolf and Teresa Schneider, who represent Master of Science level program in Strategic Management in Logistics. Then we have Robert Friedrich, and he will talk about MBA International Logistics and Trade. He's from Wings Fernstudium an der Hochschule Wismar. And then we will move to the Technische Hochschule Ostwestfalen-Lippe. And it's Dr. 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘵, who will talk about Master of Science level program in International Logistics Management. So who is behind today's webinar? Before we start with the most interesting part with our guests. So it is my German university. And for those who don't know, we are Germany's largest database when it comes to English taught study programs. In our database, we have over 2,500 degree level programs, both on bachelor and master's level, which are at least mostly taught in English. And you can see that on the left-hand side, we have some short courses and language courses as well. Our main goal is to assist international students who would like to study in Germany to pursue their bachelor's or master's or do some short courses and language courses. And there are 3 key ways through which we are doing that. The first one is through our study finder. And you can see the demo version of Study Finder right now in front of your screens. But when you visit our website, you will be able to find the full version of the Study Finder with all of its filters, which you can employ in order to easily and quickly find the best fitting program for you according to your interests and according to your backgrounds. The second way of helping you is through articles that we write for you, of course, which are related to studying in Germany topics. It can be, for example, letter of motivation writing for German universities or for DAD, for the German visa. Also, for example, different scholarship articles, visa articles, APS articles, etc., etc. So please, it's also for free for you, dear attendees, and I think it will be also a good source of information for those who would like to find out about specific topics. And the last but not least, the third way of helping you is through organizing webinars for you. Every week we have various webinars on different topics. It can be a scholarships webinar, UniAssist webinar, studying in Germany webinar, the general one, and also subject webinars like the one that you are attending right now. It can be studying MBA in Germany, for example, studying logistics in Germany, business administration, philosophy, physics, biology, and all of these various topics. The webinars that are already planned, you can find them in our webinar section on our website, and you can sign up, register for these webinars, and then attend them, of course, for free. My suggestion would be also you to open an account on our webpage so that you can unlock all of the options that it is able to offer you. And of course, it's also for free. And our team, we are based in Northern Germany, in Hamburg, but we are also in all over Germany and all over the world. That's why we are counseling in various languages, and you can see some of them listed below. And so, for those who are also interested in German taught study programs, I would suggest you to check out Hochschulkompass. There you might find some interesting programs in logistics, for example. But for those who are more into English taught study programs, then I would say your first stop at least should be my German University's Study Finder. There you'll be able to find over 70 degree programs related to studying logistics in Germany. And you can see that it's both bachelor level and master's level, and most of them, majority of them, are in English and English only, which means that you do not need any German command to be able to successfully get into these programs and complete these programs. For the newbies and who would like to have a bigger picture of what does it mean to study logistics in Germany, what is the ranking of universities that are offering this program in this discipline, or what is the tuition fee ranges, and etc. I would like to suggest you to check out our subject pages on that. For example, subject page on logistics, and it will be, I think, a good first step to have an idea of what does it mean to study this discipline in Germany. Or also, as a tip from our side, when you're searching for the program, it's crucial to find the right program. Of course, take into account as many aspects as possible when you're searching for the program. Not only rankings, not only fees, not only city names are enough. You should combine all of them and add even more, tailored to your and adjusted to your interests and backgrounds to make sure that you are making the right choice. Regarding the types of universities, I would like you to know about two types of universities in Germany. The first type is Universität type of university in Germany, and in our study finder you can control for that. You can control for the programs in logistics that are offered by Universität type of university. And the second type is University of Applied Sciences. It's called in German, but in English and in German it can have some very different variations, and you can see some of them in front of your screens. And of course, in our study finder you can control for the programs in logistics offered by this type of universities. And the key difference for now is that you should know about is that in general, when it comes to Universität type of university, the focus lies more on research and theory in general, and in case of University of Applied Sciences, the focus is more onto application and practice. And last but not least, again, regarding the crucial first step of finding the right program, in addition to the aspect that I mentioned before, for example, when you're searching for the programs on our study finder, please make sure also be flexible with wording and not too strict when you're searching for the program. And when you combine all those aspects together with this flexibility, you will drastically increase your chances of making an informed decision and choosing the right university, right program for your purposes, for your study purposes. Okay. That was all from my side, and let's now move from Hamburg to Berlin, another even bigger city now. And it is BBW Hochschule, as I already introduced, and now we will talk about Master of Science level program in Strategic Management and Logistics. And now I'll hand it over to Daniela.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Daniela from the BBW University of Applied Sciences from the International Office. And I have my nice colleague with me, Teresa. And the idea is to give you today, to give you an overview about our university. That is the first part, more information about more in general information, and afterwards, of course, information about the study course. And Teresa is happy to answer questions within the whole webinar. You can ask questions in the chat, for example, and she's happy to answer your questions in the chat, or of course afterwards in the Q&A session. And now, welcome to BBW University of Applied Sciences. We are located in Berlin, and these are some colleagues of us, and all of us say hello to you. First question, short question, why Berlin? And there are mutual answers, but maybe the most important one is Berlin is quite affordable regarding cost of living in comparison to other cities in Germany. And Berlin is the startup capital of Europe, so it's really vibrant. You have good chances to get half-time jobs, or afterwards you can have good jobs. And it's in addition, it's green, and that is really nice to live there. And you have a lot of clubs and parks, cafes and markets, and so on and so on. So in general, we would say it's worth it to live there and to study there, of course. Just some facts about our university. So why Berlin? Why BBW University? In total, we offer 22 industry-oriented study programs. And because we are a University of Applied Sciences, we cooperate with around 200 industry partners. Currently are enrolled 1,100 students, and we offer 3 study departments: economics and business management, industrial engineering, and engineering. And we have 400 international students in total from the 1,100 students. So that means we have a really international atmosphere, And yeah, we know about the concerns and fears and so on. We have two branch campus. Now we are talking about the Berlin one, and there is a pretty new one in Venice, Italy. And the two pictures you can see, to the left, we have the campus in Berlin, and to the right, we have the campus in Venice. And really, really important is we are state recognized. So that your degree is the same as in every other university, and you can continue yeah, your academic career, or you can jump into the job market. That is really, really important. That is a small list about the study courses, the English language ones. So that's the most famous ones for the English language study courses. For the bachelor's program, we have the business management and engineering, and our master's programs are international technology transfer management, strategic management and logistics. That is, we will introduce to you afterwards, and integrative management of creative industries. Some course information, just a short yeah, overview. We have two intakes, 1st of April and 1st of October. So the application deadlines, for example, for this winter term is mid of August. So you are in the middle of the period of admission. And yeah, we offer 6 weeks online classes at the beginning. So we want to ensure that every student can settle down, can have a smooth transition in the new environment, and so on and so on, because we know about the yeah, the things about visa and so on. Of course, for students from India, China, and Vietnam, the APS certificate is needed. And yeah, just a short information, any gap is welcome. And it doesn't matter if you have a break in between. So we like to call it life experience, and everybody is welcome to start at our master courses. BBW has a strong network behind and in the background. So with universities and companies, of course. We have our own research institute called 𝘱𝘢, just to name it. And we have our own startup center. And for example, for our enrolled students, we have our founders consulting. So that means if a student is interested in to found their own business, then that's the right place to start it and to try it. Our practical approach, that means from the beginning to the end. This practical approach is given by, for example, our professors and lecturers, of course, because they come directly from the economy and bring their stories, their internal stories, and so on directly into the class. And that is really, really helpful and interesting, of course. Then, of course, the diversity of experience among the students is really helpful. Then you will have a lot of case studies. And as mentioned already, you will have a lot of research projects in our own research institute. And last but not least, most of our bachelor's and master theses are business related. So from the beginning to the end, we try to prepare you as much as we can that you have the best preparation for the job market. Doesn't matter if it's regional or international. Pretty short list. We are a private university, and it's really tough to because of the fees and so on. But BBW, this is what you can expect from BBW. And I want to highlight, for example, that you have afterwards a bright career prospects after graduation. And a short information, we have a fixed semester planning. So you don't have to care for anything. From the beginning on, you will have your semester plan, your whole study plan. You know what you can expect, and then we plan it for you. And then you can plan semester-wise your leisure time, your part-time job, and you don't have to care for anything. It's guaranteed, and that is really comfortable, we would say. And of course, we have a career service center. They will support you regarding internships or part-time jobs. And yeah, We have a new and modern university building, completely new, and yeah, small study groups. So the lectures are really intense and really good for you. Just to visualize, specifically you as an international student, you will surrounded by several departments and the student parliament, for example, and the academic support is given by all our professors. The organizational support is given by all our departments, and so on and so on. So yeah, we try to support, advise, and mentoring as much as we can, that you feel comfortable, that you feel well informed all the time. And yeah, that is really important for us. Some words about the admission requirements. Of course, for this degree, you will need a bachelor's degree, and you will need a good English language skills, and it is required an English language certificate, at least level B2, that you that you feel comfortable during the lectures, of course. And this is given by different institutions, as you can see, and German language skills are not required regarding this master's course in logistics. That was the more general information, and now some words regarding the BBW master's degree course, Strategic Management in Logistics. And I want to inform you, I just will highlight some things and not speak about every aspect, because afterwards you will receive our presentation and then you have enough time to inform you more in detail. Yes, what it is, strategic management and logistics. You will provide advanced learning in the operation of global transportation, distribution, inventory, procurement, and supply chain management. Of course, that is more an overview. And yeah, that is what you can expect from this master course. And some facts about this master course, because the course content has been co-developed by academic councils, and that is really, really professional, of course, therefore, and it ensures that you will have knowledge and skills that you will need afterwards to work in the world's top logistic firms. And last but not least, it led by the experienced lecturers who provide students, or provide you with an inside knowledge of the industry's current practices. What you will learn, these are just some aspects. Afterwards, you have enough time to read about it. It is a lot. And same, I want to repeat this, you will learn a lot that you are as best as provided to jump into the job market. The study content, you can see the modules from the first year and the second year. I don't want to name everything, but it's yeah, as you can see, the overview, everything is given, that you have the best yeah, the best lectures. And after the second year, or at the end of the second year, of course, you finish with the master thesis and the colloquium. This is kind of summary. So this is the study course, Strategic Management and Logistics. That is the Master of Science, of course, and the section is Industrial Engineering. This course is full-time on campus. And in addition, you will have around 25% e-learning. We will start winter semester and summer semester, and the duration is 4 semesters. ECDS points 120, and the location is, of course, Berlin. The language is 100% in English, and the study fee in total is 15,360 euros. And you can pay by 4 installments, so semester-wise. And this is okay, I think, because it's pretty tough to pay the whole amount in advance So we offer the installments. And last but not least, we ask for an application fee. This is for non-EU citizens, 250 euros, because we have to check all the documents. We discuss internally if there is something unsure, so that you have the best chance to enroll in the in this study course. And yeah, so but we are pretty fast, and the whole process is pretty fast. And last but not least, we would highly recommend try our taster lecture. Just book it on our website, that you get an impression of this master degree. Use our personal and individual student counseling, that you have more face-to-face counseling, of course, and chat with our students called uni buddies from this study course. And yeah, we have our internal information event. Use the chance, and yeah, so we highly recommend use the opportunities to get more information, that you feel well informed, because yeah, the right choice of study is pretty tough. And some contacts. This is our professor for this logistics and supply chain management, 𝘱𝘠𝘪𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, and yeah, just write us international-office@bbw-hochschule.de. For now, thank you for your attention. It was pretty fast. I hope it was okay for you. And thanks for participation. And we are happy afterwards to answer all your questions.
Thank you very much, Daniela. Yes, if the questions are left by that time, because Teresa is doing a great job in answering all of them, we'll answer them also during the live Q&A. Thank you, Daniela. Very compact, but very informative presentation also. And let us now move to our next speaker. With that, let us move now to the very north of Germany, actually, even northern than Hamburg. And it's, as I said, it's Wings Professional Studies at Hochschule Wismar, and it's Robert Friedrich, and he will now talk about MBA program in International Logistics and Trade. Please, Robert, take the floor.
Hello, everyone. From my side, today's online session. I'm Robert, and I represent Wings Fernstudium with the MBA program International Logistics and Trade. It is a part-time program that can also be studied online. And this course of study is therefore aimed at professionals with a first academic degree. My today's agenda looks like this. I will give an overview to Hochschule Wismar. It's a University of Applied Sciences, and Wings, followed by the course details. I will jump into the course details at this point. And then I will give you an overview how you can study this program alongside your profession. Hochschule Wismar is a state university of applied sciences with more than 100 years of experience. And as a student in a part-time program, you will graduate with the same university degree like all the full-time students. We currently have approximately 8,100 students enrolled in our university in both parts, in full and part-time programs together. They are registered in the 3 faculties mentioned here. And in addition to that, there is a large number of partnerships with companies in the industry. And of course, we always thrive to maintain and expand our relationship with business, so that our courses also reflect the needs of practice, and thus create added value for our or for you as our students. And for this course in particular, it reflects the partnership with Bremen Ports in Bremerhaven. Yeah, this slide is intended to classify what Wings is. So Wings is an abbreviation of Wismar International Graduation Service, and it is a subsidiary company of Wismar University of Applied Sciences. And the tasks consists of conception and implementation of further education programs like this MBA course. Currently, we have 5,400 students enrolled in part-time programs here at WINGS. And if you look at the total number I mentioned before, 8,100 students are enrolled in our university. You can see that the majority of our students are concentrating on studies alongside their job. In addition to that, we are offering further education programs in terms of short trainings. And as you can see here, yeah, since 2013, we are named under the top distance learning institutes, which then leads to a recommendation rate of 97%. And this rate is based on surveys of students and alumni. Yeah, coming to the course details, which is the main important information for you. Jumping right into the curriculum. So what you can see here is a brief detail about the course curriculum. The course has a regular duration of 2 years. These 2 years are split into 4 semesters. And we have divided this content into 4 bigger topics. These topics you can see here, starting with the basics, with fundamental modules and knowledge. And in each semester, you have one of these modules. In the second line here in blue, you can find the topic related to economic. And in the third line and topic, we have business related topics. And all modules in the fourth line are about aspects of global logistics. So each semester consists of 4 modules. Like I mentioned, 1 module to each the topics. Here you can see the semester. So you have 4 semesters in total and 4 modules related to each the topics. Yeah, starting with the first semester. We will open the basket here and get an overview about general principles of strategic and general management in companies and in industries. And as we are aiming for international trade, we of course include international economics. So it's about international trade, streams of cargoes of different kind of goods, of information, and so on. You can find trade finance as a module. Of course, trade needs finance. That's why we include this module as well. And everything must work together hand in hand. So all players in the supply chain. And so we will find a module called International Supply Chain Management in the first semester. In the second semester, we have data analytics and statistics. As in a competitive world with big data and disruptions, we are facing a huge amount of data, and it is very important and necessary to handle this data. In addition to that, you have a module called Transition and Change Management. There you will learn how to manage and handle complex changes in a global business company. Port organization and management is a module specialized on port management, but this is the only module really concentrate on support management topics. In the third semester, we start with academic research and writing. Here you will refresh your knowledge from your first academic degree, I think, and deepen it. So how to write a successful master thesis. This is the content you will get to know here and you will learn here. Then you have a module public relations and stakeholder management, for example. This is very important content in terms of how to satisfy the stakeholders and how to handle, for example, public opinions. The last module here is green shipping and sustainable logistics. I want to add here that shipping here is mentioned and is meant in a global context. So it's not only maritime transport, it's all kind of transportation. And in the fourth semester, there's a master thesis only. So it's a big part of the program, of course, but there are no other modules in addition. You decide for the topic on your own, and the majority of the students pick out a topic out of their professional work. A few words to the workshops. So the study projects are in or will be done in the workshops phase. So there are study projects, and within these projects, students will apply what they have learned in the 4 modules during the semester. And in addition, we will expand the content of the workshop and the focus by broadening your view to include the entire system. So we call this workshop cascades, and this is what you can see on this slide. Here are the cascades, starting with the first workshop with the smallest approach, so global trade, society, and the environment. So it is necessary to have a foundation to understand how global trade works in society. Followed by the second workshop, there we are talking about digital transformation, business process, and new business models. So all type of businesses are subject to digital transformation, including global trade. And that changes make it necessary, for example, to find new business models and so on. And in the last and third workshop, so after you complete all the third semester modules, we summarize everything you have learned so far based on the content of all the modules and your own professional experience, of course, and we call it leadership and innovation. So first and foremost, with this MBA, you are approaching a position in a company where you are expected to be responsible, maybe in a leadership position, and to innovate your company on a regular basis is also your job. And all these topics needs to fit together. So we would like to add a little more knowledge from workshop to workshop. And that's why it is very important for you as a student to follow the sequence of the workshops in general. Because at the end of the third workshop, you will have a complete picture of all the areas. I would like to continue with an example of a semester. So for each of the modules, you have 3 online tutorials, as you can see here, plus an examination. Online tutorials will start in October and end mid of December approximately here. Followed by the examination period, beginning of January. The examination later will start in January and will end the beginning of February. And then to complete one semester, you will meet, and when you're done with all the examination, you will meet for one workshop week from Friday to Sunday at one location. Yeah, I want to also add, of course, the admission requirements at this point. When it comes to necessary requirements, you have two possibilities, starting with an academic degree in fields of economics with a minimum of 180 credits, which is mandatory. If you come with 180 credits, you still have to prove further work experience or take in additional modules. It's up to you. If you come with 210 credit points, you need to prove your work experience of at least 2 years and knowledge of English, because the entire program is taught in English. Of course, at a glance, you will graduate with a state university degree in Master of Business Administration. Our program is accredited and starts in winter semester only. The entire fee for one semester is 2,950 euros. Yeah, now let me just quick go through the distance learning concept. So our distance learning concept consists of 4 components. It's self-study, since most of the time you are studying from distance. This is the component, the biggest part of your study. Before starting the semester, you will receive all the information and material necessary and to pass the modules, as well as a schedule. And with this information, you can learn in your own personal pace. The standard plan provides 4 modules per semester. You have access from the beginning onwards to all study materials, so that makes it flexible for you to study. Exams and present workshop. So as I mentioned, each semester the group will meet for one live workshop for a weekend, starting in Berlin, followed in the second semester Copenhagen and Barcelona. During this workshop, you will apply everything you have learned in the 4 modules before in an integrated study project, as I already mentioned. The third component is the personal support. So we will support in every way and in every topics needed. On the left-hand side, you can find all topics Wings will help you with. So it's basically organizational topics. And on the right-hand side, you can see which parts the professors and the lecturers will guide and support you. These are module-related topics. The online campus is the last component. Here you can see the main service, Wings app and My Wings. The Wings app will show you the study progress, and My Wings will give you all the necessary information to all the material needed for the study program. If you have further questions, don't hesitate to contact me via email or mobile phone or telephone. And yeah, this was my short presentation. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to hear you afterwards.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert, for your presentation. And now let's move to our last speaker for the afternoon. Let's move now to OWL University of Applied Sciences, and we have Professor Dr. 𝘱𝘢𝘠𝘕, and she will introduce present the program, Masters of Science level program in International Logistics and Management. And as a location, we moved a bit to the south, but we're still quite to the north, relatively, of Germany. So, Professor, please, now you can take your time.
Okay, first of all, I'm 𝘱𝘢𝘠𝘕. I am professor of the Department International Logistics at Technical University of Applied Sciences and Arts, 𝘱𝘱𝘳𝘪𝘥, very long name, but shortly we call our university 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥, Technische Hochschule 𝘱𝘱𝘳𝘪𝘥, 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥. When you look at this OVL, it's looks like owl, yeah, and owls are very well known to be very wise creatures. So, and what I can actually, I can assure you that you will be not just professional graduates, but very wise individuals. So, yeah, let's start with, very shortly, I would like to introduce my university. So our university has a 130 years of 130-year history. We started as a small technical school and grew up to be a medium-sized university, regional university in 𝘱𝘱𝘳𝘪𝘥. And our university is located in three locations in 3 cities, but those cities are very close to each other. For example, our department is located in 𝘗𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘍. So, but I live personally in Detmold, and it's between 𝘗𝘢𝘷 and Detmold just 15 minutes, and it is very beautiful castle in Detmold. So, and yeah, 𝘱𝘱𝘳𝘪𝘥, it's very beautiful place, but also when we are talking about economically strong region in northeast and of North Rhine-Westphalia in this federal state. So, and I should say that our university, the part which is located in 𝘗𝘢𝘷𝘦, our department, this campus is called Innovation City, Innovation University. So, and because we are very strong research university for applied sciences, we have more than 50 bachelor, master degree programs, as well as doctoral programs, and our faculty, we have also doctoral programs, and we have doctoral students. So, as I said, we are a so-called medium-sized university, and for our master students, for bachelor students, we have big group, large groups, study group, but for our master students, our master students usually study in small groups, and as you can imagine that studying in small groups, you could be closer to the professors, and actually we are like a small family. We know all the students, and yeah, that's we have together, we have different events, and yeah, that's very like a small family. So, and yeah, as I said, we are not very big university. So, but what is important, even being not very big, we have very good international partnerships, relations with big universities. For example, our department, international logistics, we have very good connection, partnership with the university, Commonwealth University in Virginia in the United States, and we have studied tours to the United States, and American students come for 1.5 week to visit us. And we are working to start next winter semester. I mean, fall semester, we are going to start our exchange program students, and in the future, we are preparing to start our double degree program for our department, international logistics. Okay, so that is our beautiful main building, our university. Okay, our department, International Logistic Management, as I say, actually is a young department, so but very international. Chair of Logistics, Department of Logistics. So, and our head, the head of our chair is from the Great Britain. I am from Kazakhstan. Our Professor Yablinski is from Germany, but with roots from Poland. And Dr. Moroz is from Ukraine. So, as I said, we are located in 𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, very beautiful, nice, small town. So when we are talking about international logistic management, so I would like to say that, yeah, nowadays we know that international logistic management professionals are in great demand by just about every business and industry. So, and therefore, when we are talking about jobs after graduating, our students don't have any problems to find a job. As I said, we are a young department, and our master program, International Logistic Management, has been designed to provide our students with the knowledge that all logistic professionals need to know to succeed in their field of activities. So, and our syllabus is also designed to focus on both actually equally international part, and students are prepared to be international experts in logistics, and also at some specific parts of logistics like procurement or other specific things. And if you would start in spring semester, you will meet me twice, because I teach international economics and intercultural aspects of management. But if you would start in fall semester, you will also meet me. So, because I teach in winter, I mean in fall semester, international research seminar. By the way, with international research seminar, we have international student conference with our partners in the United States, and our students present their papers and discuss interesting topics with their students from our partner university. Okay, as I said, you can start either in summer or winter. It means in spring for semester, in spring term, or in fall term, and it depends on the tracks you will choose, or you will able to choose. You can start either 3 or 4 semester. So also you have an opportunity to spend 1 semester abroad, but it's optional, it's not mandatory. So, and I'm personally responsible for international activities at our faculty, and therefore I will help you to prepare documents, and I will help you to find the good place to spend 1 semester abroad. So yeah, we have so-called standard track 4 semester and fast track 3 semester, where you will be able to study a little bit shorter. So which I will talk about those tracks in details a bit later. So the prerequisites for admission. So as usually, you need to have secondary education or equivalent. Also, you need to provide a certificate of your successful bachelor degree. So in logistics related study, the study programs, that's not the requirement that you need to graduate with this major logistic, but it should be related to logistic economics. So, and there are some requirements, and if you would be interested, I can provide you with some details. So, and it is our program is designed as English so-called taught program. So therefore, you need to provide also a certificate which proves your skills in business English with at the level B2. Okay, as I said, there are different ways, different tracks you can choose, or you are able to use those tracks. So the standard track, it when you have your bachelor degree and you have 180 credits, and just if this you need to have 210 credits, and those 30 credits you can get either having internship and providing the reports about internship, or by taking some modules from bachelor or master also in 𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈. It means at our university, usually, typically that is in German language, but also we have modules in bachelor degree in English. So it's possible to solve this problem. So, or if you already have this additional 30 credits, you can just provide, and our examination board will consider, and if it's transferable, would accept. So also those 30 credits you can get if you could prove that you have some professional experience, and also our examination board would consider your documents, and also this experience would be converted into 30 credits. So, or yeah, if you have already from your bachelor study, if you have 210 credits, so you just could choose this fast track. So yeah, we have deadlines for application. You need to send us application directly and in paper to be enrolled, to be considered for enrollment. And I need to tell that the number of admission for our program is restricted. It means there is a selection process. So you can apply from 1st April to July 15th if you want to start in fall semester, and alternatively you can apply in fall and start your study in spring semester. So you need to provide all the required documents and information you can find on our website. So, and you will receive a notification, either you are accepted or not. So at the end of July or January, depending for which semester you are going to apply. So we have the semester fee, and it is not very tuition fee, that's not very high. So, and actually out of 324 euros, 215 you pay for the semester ticket. You can use this ticket for public transportation within our Bundesland, federal state. Okay, what is interesting to say? Yeah, and I wanted also to share information about accommodation, because I know that for students, international students, it's very important to be sure that they would get an opportunity to have a room or a small apartment at our dormitories. So, and yeah, in 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦 and also in Detmold, as I said, between Detmold and 𝘱𝘢𝘷, just 15 minutes by car, and there are buses. It's very easy to using public transportation. It's very easy to get those cities. So we have in 𝘱𝘢𝘷, in the Detmold, we have our dormitories. For example, for master student in 𝘱𝘢𝘷, we have very beautiful dormitories and furnished, equipped with, yeah, I will show you some pictures. So, and you see that they are looking very nicely. So, yeah, so, and I hope you will have questions to me and I would be able to answer your question. And welcome to our university, to our we will be glad to have you at our International Logistics Department. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor, for your presentation. And now let us move actually to the questions. Let's open the floor for that. Let me start with the first one directly, and it was for BBW according to the time slot. So is there any specific support with finding the right job soon after the graduation?
Well, yeah, we have our career service department, which will be happy to support you alongside the studying. So how does applications work in Germany? How does a CV look like? And so on and so on. They offer also different workshops and so on. And we have our own exclusive job portal for students, where they have access to thousands of job offers from part-time job to starting a full-time job after your career. So yeah, there's many support there, and just approach the career service for that.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Teresa. And one more question to you, actually to BBB. From Manish, is this program eligible for any scholarship offered by your university?
Yes, it is available, but eligible, but we do not offer any scholarships at the moment. But if we do, we will inform our students about it. And we will provide information on different search portals where they can find scholarships to apply for.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Let us move now to Robert. And there's a question for Wings. Is there any possibility to specialize in particular subject area?
Specialization during the first 3 semesters is not possible, but yeah, in your master thesis at the end of the MBA program, you can of course deepen your knowledge in the master thesis, but there's no provided specialization during the modules. No.
Okay, clear. And let me stay with you also with this question. Is it a full-time program? If yes, is it allowed to do it in a part-time mode?
No, I mentioned in the first sentence, I think it's a part-time program for professionals, but you can also study this course online, 100% online.
Okay.
So we have workshop weekends, and it is mandatory to participate, but you can decide on your own whether you want to participate live at the location in Berlin, Copenhagen, or Barcelona, or if you want to participate via online session. But participation is mandatory, whether online or live in person.
Okay, clear. Thank you. Now, question for Professor Gaisina. Hello, Professor. What is the faculty to student ratio in the program, and how accessible are the professors for academic guidance and support?
Yeah, as I said, our master students study in small groups, And therefore, as I said, it's like a small family. We know all the students and all the students know us, and it's very easy to just knock the door. And yeah, we ask the students to somehow arrange an appointment and discuss it, but it doesn't happen always. Sometimes just come, knock the door, and we discuss their problems and try to solve them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Professor. And one more question to you. Is it a consecutive master's program? So,
actually, our master program, you mean consecutive? You mean
I think they mean whether, for example, do we have to have a background in logistics, or it can be another thing?
Yeah, as I said, that actually in our requirements, it should be related to logistic, but they shouldn't be logistic actually, related to logistic. And therefore, yeah, if you are interested, there are some requirements. Just I didn't want to take so much time to say, but it should be, for example, 30% of such subjects, 30% of others, so that there are some requirements.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much. Let me make it as a note. Question for everyone. How important is the GPA for you when choosing the applicants? Let me start with BBV, because Teresa also mentioned specifically GPA of 3.0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, thank you. Not the GPA, so the German grade would be 3.0, which is, yes. I don't know, GPA, I think it's 2.0, or the Mark C in an American grading system. We look at the whole application, and should it be that your average grade is below satisfactory, there's still a chance that you can get into our university. We just will ask then for a motivation letter to clarify what are your qualifications and what is your motivation to apply.
Okay, thank you. Robert, what would you say?
We do not have a numerus clausus. We take a deeper look into the application and the documentation, and then our course leader, Professor Dr. 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘱, will decide whether he or she fits into the program after he's taking a bigger picture of all the documentation. Okay, clear. And Professor?
Yeah, we have numerous clauses. I'm not ready now to tell what are the threshold. Yeah, so but as there is such a requirement, and if the students, participants would be interested, I can provide additionally the slide in my slideshow. So because I'm not sure what points required, so I need to check it.
Okay, clear. Thank you. Let me go back to Robert. Question is 2,950 euros. Does it include also semester contribution?
It's 2,950 euros each semester, includes everything except the travel costs to the locations and the hotel costs at the locations. But except from that, everything's included.
Okay, clear. For Professor, once again, do you offer any student assistant jobs?
Yes, I always have my student assistant. All the professors have money for that. So, and usually I prefer to have students from master from my master program. Yeah.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Currently, I have one master program student.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor. And let me ask Teresa to once again voice this answer, because I think it's important. The question was from Marco, who was answering, if I apply earlier, will I get the answer earlier, or do I have to wait for the deadline? So, and the answer was interesting, and I would like everyone to hear that.
Okay, thank you very much. We recommend to apply as early as possible, as soon as you know it, and we will check continuously all the applications. So if everything is there, everything is complete, you will get the outcome of your application, if you are approved or not, right away. So usually takes 2 to 3 weeks after having the complete application.
Okay, clear. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. Question for Robert. Is WINGS a public university? From Golam.
Okay, so 𝘱𝘂𝘓 University is a state and public university of applied sciences, and WINGS is owned, so it's a subsidiary company of Hochschule Wismar. So we are 100% daughter company of Wismar University. So we are together, and all our graduates, all our students graduate successfully in our part-time or online programs, will graduate with an academic degree from a state university.
Okay, clear. And Robert, let me stay with you because I think this question was also for you. Hi, which online platforms are used for studies?
So we are created our own university platform. We call it MyWings, and it's based on a Moodle system.
Okay.
And in addition, we are using all types of systems the university provides to all the students.
Okay, clear. Thank you. Professor, I think you actually already answered this question by answering the previous one, but once again, so the student says, I have a Master of Science in IT. Can I study on a fast track?
We need to check it because I need to see and compare. We have so-called student Beratung, that's advice for students, and then compare the, yeah.
Sure.
I can't say from IT. I need to see.
Yeah, of course, clear. Teresa, the question was again regarding the background. If the person has a background in chemistry, is it possible to get into your program, or do you also need any specific logistics related background?
It is possible to get into this program. We have no subject restriction there. If we think it's necessary, we will ask for a motivation letter to explain why this applicant is interested. But other than that, in general, it's possible. Okay,
great, thanks. Another long question from Golam. Let me read you out this. I communicated earlier with 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, but that moment I was in Bangladesh. Now I moved to Germany. Currently, I'm enrolled in Hochschule Fresenius. I wanted to study in public university, plus I worked in procurement department, Deutsche für internationale Zusammenarbeit, GIZ. That's why I want to study masters in logistics. Can I apply directly to the university at Hochschule Wismar or 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨? Lastly, can I get an appointment with Dr. Gaisina? So a very general question. So you need to provide more information for the two parties that you mentioned so that they can see whether you can apply or not, because you provided just a general information. Regarding the appointment, so Dr. Gaisina, what would you say?
It's okay. I can put my email on the slideshow and send to you. Yeah, it's not a problem. Great. As for if the person is in Germany, I don't know the requirements, specific requirements, but I think if the person is in Germany, he or she can apply directly. Mm-hmm. I suppose.
And sure. Also, if you got already into Hochschule Fresenius. So anyways, yeah, get in touch with the interested parties, provide all the required information, and then you can clear it out. And Golam, you'll also receive the presentation as long as you registered with your email. You will receive the presentation with the email as well, and then you can set up an appointment. So next question is, do all of you require work experience? Let's start with Robert.
Yes, it's required to prove at least 2 years of work experience after your first academic degree in field of economy. So, but it's needed, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 𝘱𝘂𝘓𝘂𝘓?
No, for this program, it's not needed.
Okay, clear. And Professor?
We don't need it. It's just an opportunity to have this fast track, but it's not a requirement.
Clear. Thank you. Another general question. If I had a gap year, should I explain that? 𝘱𝘠𝘳?
No, you don't need to.
Okay. Professor?
No.
No, sometimes the question, I understand the logic behind the question, because sometimes I hear that there's a requirement to explain why was a gap year, but yeah, for these programs you do not need to do that. And Robert?
No,
No.
not needed to explain it. And
Great. Robert, let me stay with you. There was a question. Do you organize any networking events at Wings?
networking events in terms of the workshops, of course, because when you meet in person, there's also networking. And we are planning to have excursions during the workshops. Apart from that, this program is very fresh, so it's 2 years now, and it's planned to organize bigger events like alumni events. We will organize a very big alumni event next year in 2024 for all students, but in particular for this program, we plan to do so, but it's not so. Apart from the workshops, it's not. We have no experience in this for the logistic MBA program so far.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Question for Professor. Does the program offer courses on customs regulations, import/export procedures, and global sourcing? I already work in port.
Okay, export-import procedures, definitely. So, and the students have courses in marketing that also covers, yeah.
Okay, perfect, thanks. Yeah, one more question. It was mentioned already by Teresa in her written answers. So at this point, you do not accept this English certificates, 𝘱𝘠𝘳, which if I studied, let's say, bachelor in English, you still need an IELTS or TOEFL, right?
Yes, that's correct. But when in doubt, please contact us and we will check individually.
Okay, clear, thanks. To all speakers, do your programs emphasize sustainability and green logistics practices? Let me stay with 𝘱𝘠𝘳.
But it doesn't emphasize on it, I would say, but since it is an ongoing problem in the world and our professors are from the real business world, they are still active there, they will of course contribute in their courses and update their materials and so on. So it will be a subject too.
Okay, Robert?
Yeah, we have included one specific module called Green Shipping and Sustainable Logistics. And shipping here is meant in a global context, not only for maritime transportation. Okay,
clear. And Professor?
We don't have a specific, but actually it's built in many modules.
Okay, thank you. If I have a UK certificate, do I need to provide English proficiency? I think that's for everyone. In any age limit, how many years can we stay in Germany after graduation? So let me start with the last question from here. So if you come to Germany and you graduate, and if you don't have a job immediately, you have an opportunity to take an 18 months job seeker visa and at least stay 1.5 years in Germany. But if you find a job, and as long as this job goes, if it's unlimited, then you can stay as much as you want, of course. And for the other question, so if the person has a UK certificate, UK bachelor, does he need to provide English proficiency still? Anyone can start.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think such graduates don't need to provide.
Okay, clear. Robert?
So anyone who applied for our program and the first academic degree was taught entirely in English, this is also fine for us.
Clear. And Teresa, is native speaking, I mean, UK certificate change something?
We check it. We will check it. We are in a process to make it a bit more easier, to be honest, and we will check that.
Okay. And for all of you, I suppose you don't have any age limits. Okay, clear. Thank you. And last question for Felipe, a general one. In case of doing a bachelor in logistics, I'm Argentinian but Italian citizenship. How do I check that the final grade of my secondary education degree meets the requirements of the entry? Felipe, you have to check with the bachelor program that you're interested in. Usually they do not have any specific grades when it comes to school certificates. The one thing that you should be interested in, whether your school certificate is recognized in Germany as equivalent, and then you will not need to do a Studienkolleg. Check out the ANABIN for that. But for the grades, yeah, check the specific programs that you are interested in. But usually my guess would be that you will not need any specific grade as long as you have the high school certificate. All right, so we cleared the board. Thank you very much for our guests, for their presentations, for being with us, for answering all of the questions. Thanks for attendees, for tuning in, and for your questions, of course. If you have more questions specifically to the programs, get in touch with them. They all provided to you their contact details. Please feel free. And also, if you have any general questions regarding studying in Germany, of course, you can refer to us. First, check our website and then get in touch with us through our email or social media networks. And of course, you can also leave us feedback for today's webinar, as always. Once again, thank you very much and have a nice rest of the day. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.